task force and also for bringing this forward. Is there, Lorelei?
Madam Chair, I know that we have time for plan, to have the meeting that Councilman Snowball is requesting, a special planning meeting with the TC and the entities. So we have time because we're not out of this pandemic yet. And we still have unvaccinated, tribal members on the reservation, and it seems it's the unvaccinated that are getting the COVID still. So I would support having a special meeting to go over each of these sets of houses, and include our tribal housing entity and our physical resource people. And even the land would be good to have our land management in that discussion, because there's land that all of these units are sitting on. Thank you.
Thanks, Lorelei. Eric?
The houses that is being discussed about being sold, are those going to be the trailer houses? Or the ones in the Powell grounds?
Yeah, I think I believe there's 10 trailers, RV trailers. So I think there's a proposed idea that maybe wildlife and parks would be able to utilize some of them for the hunters, but I think not all 10. So those are some of the ones that we sold. And also thinking about what we're going to do with some of the other houses, if they're going to be up for sale, to turn some tribe members into homeowners, or if they're going to turn into rentals. Those are some of the decisions that the council has to make.
Thank you.
So be happy to set up that special meeting. I know the Physical Resources Department has submitted a plan. It didn't have the full support during the 5 signature process, but I think there would be support with additional information. This is what I heard from some of my council colleagues. I heard comments that from the community that there's a lot of interest in, especially some of those homes. People are wanting to buy them and are positioning themselves to be doing things like that. So many of those interested, whether it be programs or individual tribal members, are eager for the council's decision. So I'd be happy to set that meeting up with the council's approval on that timetable that was submitted. Any other discussion on this topic, or is the council have a willingness to concur with the recommendation from the task force? And so the recommendation is that any revenue generated would go directly back into housing purposes. Eric?
I would agree with that special meeting that Councilwoman Decor was talking about. And I think that if we do sell any homes that before they go to housing, it should be agreed that our finance will watch that money so it goes to the tribe before we send anything over to housing. And if whatever does go to housing, I think whatever we say should just probably be a recommendation, because I'll just follow our guidelines or our direction. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
And then just a quick FYI, if people missed it in their emails, I know everybody's emails are full, but we got an email from WCHS about the longhouses on Winnebago Lane and a transition proposal. And there's actually a walkthrough this afternoon that we all got invited to.
Thanks, John. Louis, did you have something?
We got non-Indian residents that haven't been vaccinated.
I'm not sure of the breakdown of those. We could follow up with our public health for that.
And they use our facilities, they use our gaming population.
So that brings up another topic that I think has kind of been in community about requiring vaccinations. Is that what you mean, Louis?
Non-residents of the reservation
So, that's something that I think we could add to our agenda for the special meeting. I saw some email traffic on that as well. Be happy to add that to the discussion. Would that be okay, Louis?
Yes,
Okay. Um, just thinking of this meeting, are there any other topics? Well, we can do that offline on email, just any other topics that you guys would want included. So, Don, thank you for bringing the discussion forward. And if the council's not ready to, concur with the recommendation now, perhaps at the special meeting, we can come up with what the task force has recommended and more, I suppose. Does that sound good? How, Coley?
Yeah, just want a quick comment. I'm in favor of the special meeting to decide what everybody, to hear what they want to do with those, do with the homes, the housing. I myself would be in favor of selling the trailers to, I would think, to try and buy a couple more solid houses like those long houses, and put it out to rent or rent to own for our community members ASAP. But it is kind of early, and as I stated, we're not out of this. Laura, I said it. We're not out of this. I'm done listening to the professionals, the science. Vaccinated and unvaccinated people are still getting this, and we still have our tribal members that are hospitalized, even if it's just one that I know of, two or so. And we are out of money to assist them with their payroll, their pay right now, and that just kind of concerns me as we go on every day with this pandemic and that virus. So, bottom line, I guess I'm in favor of that special meeting to decide what we want to do with the housings. Thanks.
Thanks, Coley. And some of the news I saw this weekend, the administration and the federal government and the CDC, they're under great scrutiny for some of the guidance they've given out. And I think what I took away from it was that, we can only base our decisions on the information that we have and what we've learned. And as Coley pointed out, what we learned are that people that even with vaccinations are getting sick, and although they say that they're not as symptomatic or things like that, it's still frightening that it's so unpredictable. So thank you everyone for your comments, and as we're in this together, we're kind of learning together and making the best decision that we see fit with the data that we have. So also thank you to our public health department and our WCHS team that are pretty much on this 24 hours a day, trying to inform the leadership. So thank you for that. Thank you everyone. I'll work with Lorelai right after this to get that meeting set up, and so we can get everybody the best decision that we just to the table and have this discussion while it's fresh in our minds and the people are waiting for these decisions. So thank you, John, for bringing that forward. Our next topic is the quote for the road dump truck. And in your packet, you have a summary from our CFO. Just to the table and have this discussion while it's Alan, would you like to talk about your memo?
Yeah, this was brought to me by the roads department,
Our next topic
and it's a used 2007 Sterling dump truck that's at C&H Truck Parts, and they have it, as you can see there, after trade of some old broken equipment, 21,900. That's in their budget. Brought to me by because it's used, it's very difficult to get competing quotes. So I did the next best thing and I went online and looked to see for in the area as far as pricing, if it was a good price, if there were any available. And for comparatives, I've included that, and the comparatives were anywhere from 40,000 to 69.9. So the pricing is a good price, and I would recommend for in the area go ahead and approving the purchase. And like I said, it's in. They still have money that's in their budget for this. I've included that, and they have looked at the dump truck, and Elmer and his guys says it's a good truck. A good price.
Okay, Alan, so it says that the 2007 Sterling dump truck is $30,000 minus trade-in old equipment brings it down to 21,900. Is there a motion to approve? Oh, Lorelei?
Oh, no, I was just gonna make a motion to approve the $21,900 for the roads department to purchase the 2007 Sterling dump truck.
Second.
So it says that we have a motion by Lorelei. We have a second by Brian. Discussion. And old equipment brings it down to 21. Objection to the motion. Oh, Lorelei? Motion carried
Oh, no,
7-0.
I was just gonna make a motion.
Thank you,
Thank you,
council.
council. I'll let Rhodes know.
$21,900 for the roads department.
And
to purchase the
our last order of
2007
business on the agenda is the St. Augustine Indian Mission Golf Ramble sponsorship. I put this on the agenda as just a courtesy to the school. And there was I guess one ask is that if there's any interest from the council that want to participate in this golf scramble, then the second part would be if the council is interested in making a donation. On the back side of that letter, you'll see the different nominations and categories that you can donate to. I put this on there, like I said, because we have many tribal members that worship there, go to school there, and have positive things to say about that entity. On the other hand, I know it's a time when folks are kind of sorting through their feelings about some of the denominations that colonized the tribes. And so I put this on here with a positive feeling and not anything that would overshadow the good things that are happening at St. Augustine. I know it's a time when folks are Lorelei.
Madam Chair, I want to ask the treasurer and the CFO, do we even have any more money left to make a donation as the tribal council or to sponsor?
Teresa did check that. I wanted to make sure the council had that information in donation account 5330. There's $8,244.11 available. That doesn't mean the council has to spend that money. It's just that that's where we are at with that line item.
To make a donation as the tribal council or to sponsor?
Teresa did check that. I wanted to make sure the council had that information. So I just wanted to put this on for the council's information and to let everyone know that this was going on. $8,244.11 available. So if there's no other discussion or motion, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion by Eric and we have a second by Brian. So discussion. So I just wanted to objection to the council's information and to let everyone know that. Motion carried 7-0. We are adjourned at 9:24 a.m. So thank you, council. I did not expect us to get through that quick, but I think that